Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Dr. Makhan Saikia's talk on foreign affairs. Once again I welcome you all. Today we are going to discuss another very important topic, that is Hezbollah. Why is it in the news? We have been now hearing about the Israel-Hamas war. In the midst of this war, the Hezbollahs, they are also coming into the news. Why they are coming into the news, what role they can play in the war, what is its origin, what is its agenda. We are going to discuss all this in this lecture. Now, first is, what is Hezbollah? It is a Shiite political party and a militant group based in Lebanon. The word Hezbollah means party of God or party of Allah. It was formed in the year 1982, but officially the date was mentioned, the year was mentioned as 1985. Its founder is Syed Abbas al-Musawi, a Shia cleric. Its main aim was to fight Israel's occupation of southern Lebanon in the year 1982. Israel attacked South Lebanon because of constant terror threats on North Israel by Palestinian militants from that region. And Israel occupied South Lebanon in 1985, which continued till 2000. So for 15 years, Israel occupied South Lebanon. The Hezbollah is fully backed by Iran for its training, weapons, and funding. Currently, the organization is headed by Syed Hassan Nasrallah. Since 1992, the year Musawi was assassinated by the Israeli Defense Forces. Now, what is the historical background on which Hezbollah actually grew or emerged? Hezbollah emerged during Lebanon's 15-year-long civil war that started in the year 1975 and ended in 1990. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, that is IRGC of Iran, provided armed training to a group of young militia to fight Israel when the latter occupied South Lebanon. And from this militant group, the Hezbollah emerged. Gradually, it came to limelight for its violent and extremist militancy in subsequent years. It was also known for fighting other Lebanese militant groups like the Amal movement, founded in the year 1974. It again came to international limelight when the group carried out suicide bombing over the barracks of US and French troops in Beirut, the capital city of Lebanon, and killed nearly 300 people. Now, what are the main aims and objectives of Hezbollah? The Hezbollah has three main objectives as declared in its manifesto. Number one, it wants to expel the Americans, the French, and their allies definitely from Lebanon, putting an end to any colonialist entity on its land, in Lebanon. Secondly, it wants to submit the phalanges to a just power and bring them all to justice for the crimes they have perpetrated against Muslims and Christians. Thirdly, and finally, it wants to permit all the sons of our people to determine their future and to choose in all the liberty the form of government they desire. We call upon all of them to pick the option of Islamic government, which alone is capable of guaranteeing justice and liberty for all. Only an Islamic regime can stop any further tentative attempts of imperialistic infiltration into our country, I mean Lebanon. So, the Hezbollah declares its major enemies in the Middle East, the Phalanges, Israel, France, and the US. Let me clarify you one particular word here. According to Collins Dictionary, a Phalangist is a member of a Lebanese Christian paramilitary organization founded in 1936 and originally based on similar ideas to the fascist Phalange in Spain. Now, Hezbollah against Israel. Why? The Hezbollah also says that it sees in Israel the vanguard of the US in the Islamic world. Its manifesto reiterates that this enemy, I mean Israel, is the greatest danger to our future generations and to the destiny of our lands, particularly as it glorifies the ideas of settlement and expansion initiated in Palestine and yearning outward to the extension of the great Israel from the Euphrates to the Nile River. This is what the manifesto of the Hezbollah says. It condemns and opposes all plans of negotiation with Israel. It considers the Zionist entity, I mean Israel, aggressive from its inception. Now, how powerful Hezbollah is? It has about 1 lakh powerful militia as claimed by its leader Nasrallah in the year 2021. It has all the arms and ammunitions, especially precision rockets and drones to hit Israel at any point or destination. It is called as a state within a state in Lebanon because of its vast support base, political and military network in Lebanese society that is largely divided on sectarian lines as of today. It claims as the first Arab army that fought and forced Israel to cede territory unilaterally in South Lebanon after a war of 20 long years in the year 2000. When other Shiite groups were disarmed after the end of the Lebanese civil war, the Hezbollah maintained and strengthened its fighters to fight Israel in South Lebanon, mostly dominated by Shia Muslims. In 2006, it displayed its superior strength by crossing over to Israel and fought a 5-week war by killing 158 soldiers, but Lebanon had to lose nearly 1,200 people. Finally, its military power and international image grew after it fought the Sunni Muslim rebels in the Syrian civil war to protect the country's embattled president Bashar al-Assad. Now, Hezbollah and Iran. The Hezbollah is strongly influenced by the Shiite ideology of Iran. It mainly recruits Shia Muslims from Lebanon. As per the estimates from the US, Iran provides hundreds of millions of money every year to the Hezbollah. Therefore, it is known as the proxy of Iran in the entire Middle East. Iran has a vested interest in the Hezbollah because the latter fights its arch enemy, that is Israel. Also, the Hezbollah supports Iran agenda of its resistance to Western influence in the entire Middle East. Now, Hezbollah's role in Israel-Hamas war, that's continuing now. Hezbollah has long ties with the Hamas that controls Gaza Strip since 2006. It also maintains close contact with the Islamic Jihad, another Palestinian faction sponsored by Iran. It has made it public that it is in direct contact with the leadership of the Palestinian resistance. On October 7, the day the Hamas launched attack on South Israel and killed more than 1,300 people. Since October 7, the Hezbollah has attacked Israel from across the border many times. The Hamas and the Islamic Jihad that have a strong presence in Lebanon also started attacking Israel now. Jackie Hanigby, the national security advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, warned Hezbollah not to take steps that could invite the destruction of Lebanon. Now, what is Hezbollah's role in Lebanese politics? Since 1992, Hezbollah has been playing a significant role in Lebanese politics. It won 8 seats in the parliament in 1992. Since 2005, it has been occupying cabinet positions in the government of Lebanon. From 2009, it came to mainstream politics and made its manifesto less Islamic by advocating for true democracy. In the latest election of 2022, it has won 13 seats in the country's 128-member national parliament. Apart from its active political and military roles, it maintains a wide network of social services like hospitals, schools, infrastructure, and programs related to youth, which strongly help the organization to manage public support from both the Shias and non-Shias in Lebanon. For many Shiite Lebanese, the Hezbollah defends Lebanon from Israel with its sophisticated weaponry. But the critics of Hezbollah say that it has undermined the very identity of the Lebanese state and pushed the country unnecessarily into armed conflict in the entire Middle East. Now, finally, what others say or talk about the Hezbollah. The US designated the Hezbollah as a terrorist organization in 1997. In 2015, the US passed Hezbollah International Financing Prevention Act for sanctioning foreign institutions that use American bank accounts to finance Hezbollah. The US allies in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, also declares the Hezbollah as a terrorist organization. The European Union declares its military wing, not the political wing, as a terrorist organization. Hezbollah is expanding its network faster than ever before in Lebanon, but its opposition is also growing in the country. The Lebanese people are now electing even independent candidates to parliament instead of the Hezbollahs. Even political parties like the Lebanese Forces, a Christian party and former militia during the Civil War, is continuously advocating the disarming of the Hezbollah. So, Hezbollah is a potential force in Lebanese politics and in the entire Middle East. That's a fact. However, disengagement And this enchanting with the Hezbollah is also growing very fast. People are tired of violence in entire Middle East. Common people are victims today from all these terror organizations, and they are creating enemies within. In fact, one very important thing we all should note that these groups are killing their own people. Instead of killing their enemies, more often they are killing their own people. They are launching attacks on their own nations, and that is what the civil society is not being able to grow, or democracy is not being able to grow in entire Middle East, including Lebanon. So friends, thank you for watching me. I'll be bringing much more on Middle East politics and any other important issues of international importance in my next video. Kindly watch my other two channels, Dr. Markan Saikya's talk on national affairs and political science by Dr. Markan. Bye-bye.